Across-the-board cuts don't make a lot of sense. You wouldn't do that in your own income. You're with your own household, with your own finances.
A correctional officer at the federal prison in Beaumont reacting to automatic spending cuts that begin taking effect now. Good evening, I'm Megan Dillard. Thank you for joining us. Kelly has the night off. Well, Congress has officially run out of time. Across-the-board spending cuts for many government programs are on the way. Most of the cuts won't hit immediately, but unless Congress works quickly, they'll begin affecting people. One group in Southeast Texas is concerned about more than dollars and cents. It worries the cuts might put lives at risk. KFDM reporter Justin Hinton is investigating. He joins us in the studio with details. Justin?
Megan, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has a large presence in Southeast Texas. It operates 3 units in Beaumont, housing 6,000 inmates and employing nearly 1,000 correctional workers. I spoke with the local union president who represents workers inside the prison. There are about 650 members in the union, and he says they're all worried about what this sequestration means for their safety as well as the public's.
Everyone feels very alarmed by it. In fact, it makes us feel even more unsafe working inside the prison.
Jason Vanderhoff has been working at this federal correction facility for the past 16 years. 3 separate buildings house maximum, medium, and low security inmates, all men. Cutting funding for this system would mean fewer programs for inmates and staff furloughs. Vanderhoff worries that could lead to more violence in the prisons, something he knows occurs in other parts of the country when staff is reduced. Case in point, the stabbing death of one officer by an inmate in a federal penitentiary in Pennsylvania at the end of February.
One of the reasons that happened was because of the overcrowding and understaffing in our prisons that already exist. They've been cutting us for the last 10 years, and now they're wanting to cut us even more, and that's really a big problem.
Unless Congress acts soon, Vanderhoff says correctional workers will be furloughed. That means a mandatory 1 day off without pay every 2 weeks. He says that will cut the staff by about 60 officers on any given day. The union president says he and other union members traveled to Washington and visited with congressmen to urge them to work out an agreement. The furloughs are scheduled to take effect April 21st unless Congress and the president reach a deal. Reporting live in the studio, Justin Hinton, KFDM 6 News.
And just down the highway from the federal prison, air traffic controllers are also bracing for cuts if the two sides can't reach a deal in the near future. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, controllers at the Jack Brooks Regional Airport and more than 24 other smaller airports in Texas would be furloughed. The airport manager tells KFDM News that should not affect commercial service. Other regional controllers would handle incoming and outgoing flights as they do at night when the tower shuts down. American Airlines has begun serving passengers here, offering several flights each day to and from Dallas. Passengers told us although service here may not be affected, they worry about delays once they reach Dallas.
Well, I'm sure everyone would have the same opinion. Nobody wants to be in a long line. I've been in airports before where surprisingly there's a huge security line that's like up to the front door, and you either miss your flight or barely make it in at the last minute, even if you are there, well ahead of time.
A reminder, stay with KFDM and CBS News for the latest on the automatic budget cuts and efforts between the White House and Congress to reach a deal.